Scumbag IRL streamer got humbled by Philippines prison. I'm not gonna lie, after watching Prison Break, I would never want to go to prison any other country, in any other country, bro. Every other country is gonna be cruel.
This scumbag IRL streamer just got humbled by the Filipino prison system.
Let's see.
The dude essentially went from begging to get put into prison to begging to get released in the span of a few months.
Vitaly was always trouble, bro, and like it's such a bad thing because like it's like he wants to do good, but then he's like born to be fucking ill and do dumb shit.
I'm not gonna say, oh, don't arrest me.
Keep in mind, these guys are pushing 40. All right, not even 30, 40.
Here's the money. I will go to jail. I'm a proud man. I love jail.
Honestly, it's just sad at this point. I feel like everyone with a working brain knows to not to fly to the Philippines.
I'd be a pod boss, bro. I watched 60 Days In. I know the ins and outs of the jail system, all right? I know how to make a doo-wop cake, all right? Chumami culo. I learned that at work today.
Stream themselves committing a bunch of crimes, but I guess for Vitaly, he had to learn the hard way. Because let's be real, if you did this in the Western world, you would get a slap on the wrist and be out on bail now until you inevitably had to pay some sort of fine or serve a couple months in jail. A little
I don't know my geography.
bit of community service maybe, but that's about it. But clearly, acting like this in the Philippines gives you a whole different set of results. You don't know, Vitaly is a Russian-American YouTuber and creator who was once one of the
Oh my god, he was skinny as
largest
fuck.
channels on YouTube and was also one of the pioneers of
Oh, I remember the zombie one. That's a classic.
pranks in the internet. Fast forward
Surprised
a few
he didn't get
decades,
shot.
and I guess his extreme poor decision making has just slowly destroyed his life throughout the years. Because he's landed in plenty of legal situations, and now he's probably in the worst position he's ever been in because he thought it was a great idea to fly to the Philippines, steal a mall security guard motorcycle.
The security guard wasn't doing shit, bro. He basically handed it to him.
Steal a bunch of people's hats, take an industrial fan, an LED mask, and then harass a bunch of people, threaten to rob a woman, and the list
His shorts are way too short. Let's be honest.
just goes on. All while he was live
Why is he
streaming
doing this, by
everything,
the way?
so the police could just simply watch the footage and go, yeah, no, we're gonna arrest this guy. Just like half the people we cover, he is the star witness against himself. So
Okay.
obviously, things are going terrible for this scumbag.
He's just incriminated himself, basically.
The influencer who is currently stuck in Filipino jail, facing potentially decades in prison all because of his own terrible actions. With one of the recent updates,
Decades is a little much, bro. Like, I know people hate fucking Vitaly, but like decades for what he did, like these little harmless pranks, those ones at least. He must have decades is like murder type shit.
being that Vitaly was just transferred to jail in the Philippines, meaning he is no longer in the hands of the immigration center and is now definitely facing real prison time. So as you can imagine, this is a pretty big update to the Vitaly saga, the streamer who saw the Philippines as his own personal GTA IRL server. And also what's crazy is, like, even if you're new to the story, you can imagine how this turned out, because from the images released of him recently, you can see that this situation has definitely taken a
Oh yeah, he looked.
toll on it. So now
He ain't smiling no more. All right, you're gonna be in the prison with a bunch of lady boys.
oh, he's in the custody of the BJMP. BJMP stands for the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology. This is the government agency of the Philippines that's responsible for supervising city district and municipal jails. So in this case, their main job is placement and handling of Vitaly until he's fully charged. So clearly, Vitaly might be figuring out what the hell is what am I yapping about? Vitaly is living out what might be the biggest find out moment ever seen on the internet. Because I mean, with all this going on with these IRL streamers, I'm starting to think it's like some new meta that I haven't even heard about, nor do I even understand, where we have both Vitaly and Johnny fighting for the title of whoever can spend the most time in a foreign prison. And
who's Johnny?
I guess they're just doing this out of the love of the game of being locked up and for, you know, a little bit of online attention. It's kind of crazy to think like another human being can actually relate to his situation. But going back through the timeline, as of June 16th, we've hit this turning point where his transfer away from the immigration detention center to the new jail. And if you recall my previous coverage, the immigration detention center Vitaly was in wasn't exactly the Ritz-Carlton. Apparently, the place that he's in is known as
Oh my god, he looks like David Dobrik right here.
the Gulag.
Hey, shout out Atazi, but damn.
They call it the Gulag, an immigration detention center in the Philippines that has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Detainees claim
BBC.
the center is squalid, rat-infested, and overcrowded.
Right. Here's some more recent footage.
He's currently locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, which isn't exactly a wellness retreat.
He's locked up in there? But these men are literally sleeping on each other.
Recent footage.
He's currently
Oh, that is nasty, bro. And they're in the hot sun. Oh,
locked up in Camp Bagong Diwa, which isn't exactly a wellness retreat.
I can't even begin to imagine how awful that place is. I don't think rodents ever want to be there. I mean, well, actually, they're probably attracted to that area. But still, no human being would ever want to be there. And that's just the immigration detention center. So what are the jails like? Well, Vitaly's about to experience conditions that make his time in the immigration detention center look like a hotel stay. The Philippines jails, especially places like Manila City Jail and Quezon City Jail, are packed way beyond capacity. The Manila City jail dorms are designed for 170 people, but house around 500. And to put that in perspective, it's the same thing as having a 4-seater car, but cramming 12 people in it, which is just absolutely outrageous.
Terrible.
75% of inmates in this jail are pretrial detainees. So Vitaly...
I hate crammed cars, bro. And I'm not even like a spacious guy. I'd better not look at my ass, but my alarm went off. I'm not like a greedy guy where I need like to spread my legs like that. Like I'm fine with keeping them shut, but like there's just a point where I need like some type of room.
Stuck in this hell for months, maybe even years, without a formal conviction. And to make things worse, the average pretrial detention for the Philippines is 9 months, but the backlog here could push this back even further. Oh, and don't forget, he could be facing up to 24 years in prison, meaning he's still got to do the actual time once he's through this process. And that's where things get pretty dark, because Vitaly is now exposed to the same brutal conditions responsible for thousands of inmate deaths per year. This isn't just like some symbolic move anymore. This is
thousands of inmates death. That has to be illegal, bro.
The Filipino government saying they're not going to tolerate this kind of behavior ever, no matter who you are, which is just another massive reason to say, why would
see? I heard Dubai is very strict.
Ever like stupid strict to make this kind of content ever. They're essentially staying firm and making sure that Vitaly doesn't get to wiggle out of this with some legal loophole or public apology attempt or influencer sob story. We've seen his legal team ask for temporary release, promising that he wouldn't leave the national capital region, and they also made promises that Vitaly wouldn't dodge deportation. Essentially, they were like, we promise Vitaly won't commit another federal crime. And it seems like the Bureau of Immigration saw right through that, with the Immigration Commissioner Joel Anthony Villado making a crystal clear statement saying that we will not allow our deportation process to be undermined by publicity tactics or legal maneuverings, which I guess is just like a fancy way of saying, nice try, dude. Like, you're staying right where we can see you. I mean, the dude let some awful decisions take him from this like cushy...
Wait, is money not even a factor at this point? Can he not like buy out?
Millionaire lifestyle.
I'm pretty sure he has a lot of money.
Nightmare. And Villado also said, as we continue to support the Marcos administration's push to a stronger
border
security
security,
and law enforcement,
like a shit ton of money saved up somewhere,
violators are held accountable, processed swiftly, and removed from the country as warranted. Which essentially means that, hey, you have to go through all the criminal proceedings, serve your time, pay your fines, then we'll get you out of the country. So I guess now he gets to do this perp walk like that basically everywhere he goes, instead of just for the media. And to make things worse, it broke pretty recently that Vitaly actually
no more steroids.
Actually did post bail, but was returned to BI Warden's facility camp in Bangong Diwa. So essentially, the dude got spawn camped. He got out, he had that moment of hope, and then he was immediately rearrested. And Villado also talked about this, saying that even if Vitaly files for bail, he will still be under custody of BI. So he's pretty much screwed no matter what. And again, this is all because he flew across the world to the Philippines, a country.
Was it all because of those little jokes though? Those like taking the hat, stealing the
taking
fan?
its laws extremely seriously, and he decided to live stream himself stealing a security guard's motorcycle, swiping police hats, jacking an industrial fan, threatening an elder woman, and then harassing the public for hours,
an elderly
all to
woman?
farm viewers on Kick. It's just like, yeah, obviously, like, you can feel bad for him, but also when you look at what he did, it's so stupid.
It's very
so
stupid,
brazen
bro.
about it that it's like, how did you not realize this was going to happen?
Excuse me, madam. I'm gonna rob you if you keep walking away. I want to give you money.
Oh my
God. Okay, because you got a COVID mask, you liberal. Go get your vaccine.
Why? What the fuck is he on drugs?
I was trying to give you money, but all right. Oh, yes.
He's literally just harassing him.
And for what? For some viewers on Kick? Like, this dude essentially speed ran, destroying his life for 20 years, essentially, for little to no upside. Like, maybe he made like 10 grand off of that stream, but come on, that is absolutely not worth it. And then, of course, when he first got arrested, what did he do? He started mocking the system. He dared them to lock him up.
Here's the money. I will go to jail. I'm a proud man. I love jail.
When they brought him in for the mugshots, he was smiling. When they tried to book him, he was making kissing faces at the police cameraman. He was just acting so incredibly arrogant, which is why I think they're throwing the book even harder at him right now.
I feel like he got in a fight before and he got knocked out. Or am I tripping?
Now, and normally in cases like this,
I
you might
remember
expect some
seeing
sort
a picture of him getting knocked
send
out.
the guy home, get him out of the country.
Or
But
hearing
no,
a story
the Philippine
about
government made it very clear they wanted him to answer for his crimes first. And this is even though his legal team tried to say, please guys, we promise he won't be a bad boy and run. But let's be honest, the dude literally spent the whole day taunting the police on camera. So, and sure, while that might be the case, I can see why the Filipino government doesn't want to give him any leeway. Unfortunately for him, that ship sailed before it even left the dock. And this transfer to the BJMP custody, it signals that the government's patience is now gone. So he now gets to wear this lovely merch, I guess. What does he even say?
B-Jump Is that the jail thing?
Stay on that shirt. Changing lives. I mean, you can say that, I guess. Wait, what's the full thing?
Is that
it
his stuff?
Changing lives, building a safer nation. Oh boy. The streets of the Philippines are now safer without Vitaly roaming around, I guess. What did he do to himself? So I guess they have Vitaly locked up with that, a free national mascot. And obviously, just by looking at the photos of him, you can see how much he's changed. Clearly, they're not playing the PR game anymore. No more comfy detention centers. Now he's just living his life in general population jail.
Oh yeah, that sounds like an absolute nightmare, bro. Literally Prison Break. I don't know if you guys know what Prison Break is, but like the final episodes, I think it's called, is it Sona? Or I think the one after Sona, whatever. They're damn near all like that,
and
bro.
The guy's gonna stay there
and
until he's finished with his
fighting for food,
and speaking of the
like
courts, as I mentioned in my earlier videos, the Filipino legal
shit.
system again is extremely backlogged.
Fucking
So
rat
this is gonna take months,
eating,
maybe even years. We're not talking about a quick resolution here. He could be sitting in that cell for way too long. And the charges he's currently facing is theft, unjust vexation, which is basically the legal term for being an annoying dude. And the rest of his life is literally just hinging on the fact if they decide to charge him for stealing that motorcycle. Because in the Philippines, stealing a motorcycle is an automatic 20-year prison sentence. And this guy live streamed himself doing.
What is it in the U.S.? There's no way it's 20 years in the U.S.
That.
I feel like people would murder someone and then they get less than 20 years, which is actually crazy. I think you should get life if you murder someone.
Lawyer, he said to do that, he would have to prove that he had intent to gain, and the lawyer would then say he would argue that the gain from
obviously like the situation, like if it's self-defense, no, it's different. But like if you just went out your way because you wanted to kill someone,
stealing that motorcycle would
you
be
deserve
his
a life in prison.
On his stream. So again, his life is literally hinging on the fact that they decide to charge him for that
murderers
motorcycle
get out
theft
all
or
the
not,
time
which
somehow.
is not a position I would ever want to be in my life. Because the sad reality here is Vitaly made his own bed, and not only did he make it, he probably ironed it, fluffed it with all the pillows and everything. I mean, this thing is it's pretty set up, to put it lightly. And I know he used to scream, "It's just a prank, bro," but that won't fly now. And to make things worse, though, apparently his mom got scammed for trying to pay for his legal fees.
God, please help me get through
So
this
according to his mom, she sent
his mom might have a heart attack
to someone claiming to be his lawyer, because nothing says legitimate legal transaction like sending crypto to a random wallet address. And it's just sad because like she's in that generation of people that fall for stupid stuff like that. I feel awful for Vitaly's family, as it's unfair to them that he put them in this situation to begin with. So what's the overall takeaway here? Well, if you're a creator thinking of pulling this kind of stunt overseas, don't. The idea that you can just roll into someone else's country, disrespect the people, break its laws, and walk away because you're just making content.
Actually, keep Vitaly over there. All right, wouldn't that just we don't got to deal with him. He's in the Philippines.
Clearly, that doesn't
You're
fly.
a lady
And let's be real,
boy.
the kicktail probably paid a lot of money alongside of subs, donations, and hype. But was it really worth the potentially facing
that
years
ain't worth
behind
it, bro.
bars and
That is
conditions no
not
man or
worth
rodent
it.
would ever
I do
want to
not
be
belong in
and then,
prison.
of course, she still has
Not saying I'll be a bitch, but like
a
I
large
just
catalog of evidence to increase
that
that
just
time
sounds
further.
depressing.
I hope nobody out here would ever want to put themselves in a position like that, because overall, this is just extremely avoidable. But I mean, hey, at least he didn't live stream himself robbing someone.